Not to Forget. I figured I'd do a movie review of Not to Forget. It's it's kind of slow at first, but it turns out um, autism, or Alzheimer's, where people start losing their mind. It's kind of has a personal touch because my dad, he passed away in the summer of 2017, and he got real bad with Alzheimer's. So I started watching this movie, and it had a it had a touch to it, but it was kind of a spoiler alert. If you hadn't seen it, Not to Forget. It's um, they have like three people. They're in New York. They're doing like scams and gambling, and just doing whatever kind of stuff they can do to make money and hustles. Instead of working a real job. And um, so the guy named Chris, he has a whole vendetta against the world because his dad killed his mother. So he grew up without a mother, and his dad went to prison. So he didn't know who they were, and I guess maybe the state raised him. So he was just like a been in and out of homes and didn't really have any ties to any family or anything. He just kind of roughing it, and he got a girlfriend that been through some rough stuff that didn't know her family. So he goes to court, and he's been in court a lot of times, and they're trying to throw the book at him, and the judge says, "Well, I sentence you to go stay with your grandmother, under house arrest." And he didn't even know who she was, so he goes there, and he finally gets his buddies to come up there with him, and the whole time they're trying to scam his grandmother out of what she's got, trying to figure out how they can. And spoiler alert. Well, there's a guy named Joe that's been helping around, and he's kind of the power attorney. Well, that ends up being Chris's dad, and his granddad is in the nursing home. He's real bad with dementia, and the grandma's not as bad yet, but she's getting bad. So, he even dresses up. He dresses up as Jesus, trying to get his grandmother to tell him the passwords and her secret codes and where the key is to the safe. But she don't really remember. But she's wanting to know, have you seen Mary? Talking about her daughter. So things start happening, and he starts realizing that all these things he's been looking for, the prizes of life, grand wealth and riches and fame, and doing what you want to, he's kind of found it, and it's his family, being rooted in his family and starting his own family, and his grandma used to be the corn queen in Kentucky. She had one of the biggest farms in the South. So toward the end of the movie, like spoiler alerts, he learns his lesson, and all his family, well, his grandfather and his grandmother passed away, and his dad still alive, and his girlfriend, they even have a baby, and he's holding his baby, and he's saying, he finally found the true treasure, having his family and having children. And so it's a pretty good movie. It's a little slow. There's a lot of soft melody music playing in the background, and his grandma's name is Melody, and she loves to play the piano. But it's a pretty cute little movie. It even has Louis Gossett Jr. in there, and he plays a preacher, which is kind of wild, with lots of wisdom. But he gets the farm back at running and gets it growing corn again, and he has a project that he's really excited about. So he learned a life lesson and found out what treasure is really about. Having your children and your wife, and You know, what's really important in life instead of chasing these futile dreams that he was chasing to begin with just to score money, you know. But that's my little review of this movie, and just thought I'd share that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Talk to you later.